Today I wanted to talk about a newish manga called Demon Bride Story. It's not really that new at this point, with chapter 18 out already, but I still wanted to talk about it. As a disclaimer, however, at the beginning, I just want to say that the ratings for this one aren't looking too great, so if that continues, this one might very well get cancelled relatively soon. That is, however, also one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it in the first place. I haven't seen a lot of discussion about this one, and I personally think it's a pretty fun read. So with that out of the way, let's get into Demon Bride Story. If you've ever read any manga at all, which I assume you must have, considering you watched this video, you're already very much familiar with the starting point of Demon Bride. We start off with our two main characters as children. There's Jinta, the Levi lookalike, and Manaka, the demon bride in this case. Jinka proposes to Manaka during this scene and asks if she wants to marry him in 10 years, or whatever. His words, not mine. And then we skip 10 years into the future. It's pretty abrupt and doesn't really tell us anything more about it. The only thing we can assume from that scene is that Jinta really didn't know anything about the demon thing. Either way, we're at current times now with modern Levi living his best life together with his two sisters, not blood related, in a house they inherited from their dad, alongside his debt that they have to pay off now. And that's where Manaka also winds up living alongside them. She just shows up one day and is like, yeah, I want to marry you, dude. If that sounds familiar, it probably does. It's because it's not unique. And the manga really doesn't take time to establish any of that either. It's all just taken care of in the first chapter. But I guess that's with most shonen series nowadays, where they want to get the beginning out of the way as fast as possible. The story from there progresses to a fairly monster of the week type thing. To give a better idea of it, however, here's some more info. You got the demon bride, Manaka, that wants to marry our main character. And that guy, Jinta, also has some special sacred blood in him, which is the reason for all the demons appearing, the bad and the good ones alike. Also, with this being a harem kind of thing, yes, I didn't say that yet, we get introduced to different female characters throughout the entire story. What I can say is that all the girls appear in the first color page, so at least you get a preview of them, I guess. I'm generally not a big fan of harem stuff, but so far I haven't been bothered by it too much. Maybe because it really seems like Manaka is the only viable option in this case, or I guess I haven't read a lot of harem lately, so I'm not sure. Just know that that's where the manga is heading, and if you're really into harem, good, and if you're really not into harem, this series might not be for you. For the rest of the manga, here are some things that I'd say are the highlights. The drawings. Everything here is super clean and very nice to look at. The character designs are all fantastic, and the battles are easy to follow and have some nice big panels dedicated to them, which I'm always a big fan of. Humor. It's the kind of deadpan humor I really love. There's a lot of panels that are just full of character expressions that really make this one stand out for me a little bit more. A lot of it is really coming from the characters themselves and their expressions. The powers they use are also pretty neat, some of them pretty terrifying, like Manaka's power to disassemble stuff and putting it back together differently, kind of like a alchemy thing. She uses her power on a demon, for example, to disassemble him and assemble him again, but a fly comes in between. So the demon fuses with the fly and there's a pretty interesting combination happening there. Pretty terrifying if you think about it. Generally, however, the powers are pretty easy to understand, with them either having some augmentation of their weapons or some inanimate styles, like controlling water, for example. But it could be interesting to see how well the system gets put to use later on. And that's that, a short overview of Tokyo Demon Bride. I'd say definitely give it a try if any of that sounded somewhat interesting to you. I'm definitely gonna keep reading it as well, and if it should get cancelled, which I hope not, or whatever, I'm gonna make a follow-up video with a bit more detail on it. For now, that's all. I'm gonna see you in the next video that should be out really soon regarding another manga that is very different to this one. Also, if you got any more manga recommendations, let me know. I'm always looking for more stuff to read. And yeah, see you in the next one.